Nah. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
What's going on, moviegoers? So in this video, we're going to be discussing my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe villains of the year. Now, we've had 3 films this year. Started off with February in Black Panther. Phenomenal film. Broke so many records. Exceeded so many expectations. Then we had May, Avengers Infinity War. Well, I don't need to say much about that film. I'm still having the effects of that movie. And then last week we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, which really was a film needed after Infinity War. It was a very funny film, a film that I felt like I needed for my therapy after the heart-wrenching scenes in Infinity War. But with that being said, we can all agree that Marvel has had a villain problem for quite some time, right? I mean, they haven't really been, super great with their villains. And this is coming from a big Marvel fan. But I will say this, Marvel has definitely, this past year, have kicked it up a notch and gave their villains much, much more depth and respect. I mean, last year we had Thor Ragnarok, we had Hela, which I thought was a phenomenal villain. And of course, Michael Keaton as the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, phenomenal. And then in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you had 2. You had Kurt Russell as Ego the Living Planet. So they've definitely stepped up their game with their villains because they heard the cries from the fans. I was like, oh, people are like, why can't you do better villains? You guys just do so basic villains. So they definitely, taking pride in what we were saying and bringing it into the MCU. Now, with that being said, let's talk villains of 2018. We've had great villains this year. No disappointments, I will have to say. Now, if I had to rank them, man, this is a tough one. It's a tough one. I really enjoyed all the villains this year. But I'm going to go for number 3 spot, the Ghost. I liked the Ghost a lot. I just felt like she didn't really have a big part in Ant-Man and the Wasp. She was kick-ass, don't get me wrong, her phasing through the walls and stuff like that. And I liked her motive as well. Her motive for why she was doing the things she was doing was, pretty interesting. And I felt like there's some big surprises in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm not going to spoil anything because I know some people haven't seen it yet. But, there's surprises in there that I was like, oh, shit, okay. Well, I clearly understand where you're coming from. And I actually want you to succeed because I want to see you get some help. Yeah, so I'd have to give the number 3 spot to the Ghost. Now, number 2, fuck, man, I'm telling y'all. All right, it's gonna be Killmonger, right? Killmonger, I felt like was such an exceptional villain to Black Panther. What Michael B. Jordan was able to capture in his performance as the Golden Jaguar was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this guy was great. I mean, we've never really seen Michael B. Jordan play a villain role before. In Creed, Fruitvale Station, and when he did this, I was just like, yo, man, you have range, brother. You can do a lot. I mean, he was so believable as Killmonger, and like I said, the motives with villains are so important. So, I understood where Killmonger was coming from. You know what I mean? How he was feeling. You know what I mean? That abandonment from his own people. His own people killed his father, right? And just left him out there in the corrupt system that he had to deal with and growing up and seeing the things that he was seeing. And he looks over Wakanda. These people are flourishing. They're doing great things. They're a family-based community. They don't have, overly policed, civilians. So I totally get what he was coming from. And Michael B. Jordan got super yoked for that role. And when he put on that Jaguar suit, I was like, this is fucking dope and I love it. Michael B. Jordan killed it as Killmonger. Now, of course, this is a no-brainer. My boy Thanos, Josh Brolin. Thanos is the Voldemort of the MCU. He really was. He had the build-up of 10 years, and we finally got him. We finally got Josh Brolin to play Thanos. The motion capture performance in this film was absolutely insane. The CGI on Thanos, you guys, had me just like in awe. I was like, holy shit. I was like, it got to the point where I was like, yo, this looks really real. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure Thanos isn't real? But Thanos in Avengers Infinity War definitely lived up to the hype and everybody's expectations. I have no ill things about Thanos at all. It was so great. His motive and the way he looked, the resurgence of who he was and how powerful he was, right off the bat. He beat the living shit out of everybody on Thor's ship and beat down the Hulk. I was just like, I am a firm believer of what Thanos is going to be in this movie. I really was. I was like, okay, Marvel, you're not fucking around. You're letting us know that this is why Thanos is the biggest, baddest MCU villain that we will ever see on the big screen. And you guys, I'm just so hyped talking about it because Thanos was unbelievably great in this movie. You know, the way he was speaking and, the things he had to do in order to accomplish his mission and collect all the Infinity Stones, killing his daughter Gamora, and the emotion you saw in his face. I mean, he didn't want to do it, but he had to sacrifice something in order to create balance in the world. And that aspect right there is so powerful. So powerful. I love it. And I can't wait to get more Thanos. I wanted more Thanos in this film. We got a lot of Thanos, but I wanted more. I mean, this is legit was Thanos' quest. It wasn't Avengers Infinity War. This was Thanos' quest for the stones. And boy, oh boy, did we get more than what we expected. I know I felt that way. And I can't wait to see the saga continue, the story to continue after, this year, Avengers 4. I mean, he accomplished what he set out to do, the snap. Now he's living alone with his deep thoughts, farming. And I can't wait to see more and how his story transitions into Avengers 4. But you guys, that's my ranking of the MCU villains of 2018. Like I said, I really enjoyed all the villains, but Thanos clearly took the #1 spot. I mean, you guys probably feel the same way I do, because this is what we've all been waiting for. The Mad Titan Thanos, and we got it. We finally got it. All right, y'all. That's it for today's video. Put your comments down below. Let me know your ranking for the MCU 2018 villains. And please leave a little description on what ranking and why. All right, you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch Zero Productions. Peace.